This is the Iowa Weather Report for Friday, February 28th, 2014. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. This is at noon today. We have a pretty zonal flow across the northern tier of the country. Unfortunately, it's the northern tier of the polar jet, and it's bringing the polar air still in. It's also going to be bringing one of two storm systems into the region today. The first one's going to be coming in mainly in the late morning into the afternoon hours from the west and northwest. This may bring 1 inch to 2 inches of snow across the state, maybe upwards of 3. But that system goes, and here comes the next one here Saturday. This will be coming in Saturday morning into the afternoon in our western and central counties, into the afternoon and evening in the east. The heaviest snow looks like is going to fall Saturday night into early Sunday because, as you can see on this run, Sunday, all but the far southern part of the state is going to be dry. Only the southern counties could see snow on Sunday. This is likely due to that high pressure to the north and west that's going to be bringing in cold, dry air and scouring out the moisture levels. But when we take a look at the snowfall, this is the probability of seeing at least 2 inches of snow over the next, roughly from now until Sunday evening. And you can see pretty much the entire state's going to get at least 2 inches from these two storm systems. This includes the Friday storm and the Saturday into Sunday storm. When we take a look at the probability of 4 inches or more, it looks to be scattered across parts of northwest Iowa, and then the southeastern, about half of the state, could see 4 inches or more. And when we take a look at this model, this is the NAM. The NAM has been very hyperactive, or overreacting to the snowfall levels. The blue area across northeast Iowa would indicate 8 to 10 inches, with southern Iowa hardly getting any snow. But when we take a look going back to the GFS and going to Monday, the high pressure's overhead, the storm is off to the east. It's cold again, highs in the teens, lows at or below 0 again, as if we really want to put up with that again. Tuesday could see lows near or below 0 Tuesday morning. Then we could see a disturbance move through that could kick off a few clouds, maybe light snow showers or a few flurries. Shouldn't amount to any more than a dusting. Another disturbance comes in here on Wednesday as temperatures begin to warm. The height levels begin to rise, so we could see some 30s across our southern counties of the state by Wednesday. And then on Thursday, the winds turn southwesterly and the temperature should warm above freezing. We can only hope this is right because we haven't been seeing this on several runs. We have a storm coming out of the Gulf that's going to drench the southeast. And a week from today, next Friday, unfortunately, when warm air comes, that means a storm is coming, and it looks like another one's approaching next Friday into the weekend. You can see the energy over Kansas and Oklahoma, the shortwave to our west, and unfortunately, here comes another batch of rain and snow, maybe a mix, and high pressure diving in from Canada once again, so this cold weather just doesn't want to leave. Going into the extended period on March the 11th, this pattern is a bit zonal with a little bit of a ridge to our west, but no real high amplitude pattern here. And that would mean pretty boring weather, nothing too cold, nothing too warm, nothing too stormy except for a storm off the Canadian Maritimes, maybe a little snow north of the state. And then at the end of the forecast here on March the 15th, we have a short wave coming into the western Great Lakes and upper Midwest as a ridge begins to pump itself up over the northern Rockies and the northwest again. And anytime we see a ridge in that area, that usually means cold air is trying to come back into the state again, and if this is to be right, we could see some rain, maybe thunderstorms to our south, and maybe some snow around here, and I think everybody's getting a little sick of seeing the white stuff by now. Satellite image from last evening, we had some clouds over Florida. The next storm system off to our west across the Texas Panhandle, northwest through Colorado into Wyoming, and the storm coming this weekend off the California coast. The watch warning map from last evening, we had wind chill advisories again in Iowa, northward and across the U.S.-Canadian border, winter storm warnings in Montana, Wyoming, and some winter storm watches also in Kansas and Missouri, and some wind chill advisories in the northeast. QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock, showing heaviest amounts will be over southern and central California coast. Precipitation amounts around here are a little lower than they were yesterday, maybe about 2 to 4 tenths of an inch of liquid equivalent.